welcome back to the Extraordinary Drummer Show. As you know, I'm your host, Cheron Moore. I always say today. Well, I finally did it, y'all. I finally horned the guy down. I got him. He's a million. You see him? He's a million miles away from us. What, 9 hours away from us? My guest today, I mean, what else can you say? He's a legend. He's actually a legend and has been, we'll talk about this too, since he was 16 months, 3 years old. Drummers. This guy has been, I mean, what a story, what a journey, what a legacy. You all know him. You know him from such great artists as Chuck Mangione. You know him from Crazy Town and so many other people. Anita Baker, Earl Clue, the Go-Go's. I'm stuttering because I'm getting
the Beastie Boys.
The Beastie Boys. So many. Help me welcome today my guest, James Bradley Jr. Hey, James.
Yeah. Hey.
Yes, sir.
What's up? Yeah,
hey,
my brother.
how you, man?
I'm good.
By the time you was 3 years old, you were already playing. Tell me, there's a famous.
Well, you mean actually? No, it started a year later. Well, yeah, 4 years old. Because when I turned 3, I told my dad to get me a drum set, and he bought me a little old, little old jive, one of those toy kits, from the toy store.
Mm-hmm.
And I busted the head the first day, Bam! And then I started crying, And then I told him, I said, look, I want a real drum set. This is what I was like right when I turned 4. I told him, I started naming the pieces. I wanted a hi-hat. I mean, actually, in the 60s, we would call them sock cymbals,
Right.
I don't know. Yeah, sock cymbal.
Yeah.
So I want a sock cymbal, a snare drum, a bass drum. I was like telling him this, talking to him like this. Like, he said, oh my God. So when my 4th birthday, he got me a real drum set, and it was a slinger in it.
Yeah.
And you can see it in the pictures.
That's okay. I want to ask you though, what is that? There's a picture of you and your dad, and there's another kid in the picture.
That's my brother, Gerald.
Gerald,
my brother.
Which one?
Yeah, I was talking to. You couldn't tell?
I was looking at it going, what is it though?
Well, was it the picture with me with the stick in my mouth, or?
Yeah.
Okay, so it was. Yeah, it was. No, the stick was in his mouth. That's me getting ready to cry. That's me on the left side. Yeah.
That's a great.
I was crying. Daddy took my stick.
That's a legendary. Yeah. You know what other picture is a legendary picture? Tell us the story about you and Muhammad Ali.
Oh wow.
That was a great picture.
Well, this is how I got into the industry at that age.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do our instrumental number with Nat King Cole. Open the curtains, please. Nat?
You ready, Jack?
Yes, sir. Now we've got the drums all set up. Now, where's your cousin?
He's in the wings.
Oh, well, have him come out.
Okay. Hey, Jim.
This is your cousin?
That's him.
You say he can play the drums?
He's been playing them all his life.
No. Look, Nat, I want to ask you something. What kind of a joke is this anyway? How could you do such a thing to me? Here I am seriously about playing a number. I'm serious about this. A number with you, and you bring out this little kid. Now, look. Now, how in the world is he going to be able to play with us? You're going to make a fool of me in front of this whole audience. Yes. Let's start. Give me A. Will you, honest? A. It was just wonderful having you on the show.
Thank you, Jack. It was a lot of fun.
You know, I think we ought to bring out your cousin, too, little Jimmy, huh?
All right, okay.
Jimmy! Come on, Jimmy.
You know, Jack, I have something I should tell you.
What's that?
You know, he's really not my cousin.
He isn't?
No. His name is Jim Bradley Jr.
Oh, Jim Bradley Jr. Jimmy, how old are you?
39.
Well, Jack, actually, he's only 5 years old.
5 years old. Gosh, when I was 5, you know, my parents wanted me to practice the violin. You know, I was 5 years old. They wanted me to be a great violinist, but I didn't have time, you know.
Yeah, you out playing football.
No, I was an investment counselor. Hey, Jimmy, why don't you laugh? That's a good joke.
For you, yes. For me, no.
Well, as soon as a 5-year-old kid gets to top me, then I'm through. So long. Thanks again. Goodbye, Jimmy. Goodbye.
How did the drums start to parlay in your life as you got towards high school and thereafter?
I was always playing, you know. I would be, you know, playing with, have a group of guys, and you know, we play, you know, popular songs. You know, when I got in junior high school, it was I started playing with kids that were older, and so a group of those guys turned out to be Rolls Royce, the group Rolls Royce.
Wow.
Car Wash, yeah. Kenny Copeland, Freddie Dunn. Those are all my big brothers. After I got out of high school, I graduated from Crenshaw in 1975. And during that time, well, in the year I graduated, I started playing at this club that's gone called the Total Experience. You remember the Total Experience? Yeah. I was in the house band there, and we were like 17, 18 years old. My first tour was with Denise Williams. That was my Denise. And how I met Denise was my high school band director at Crenshaw, Mr. James Woodson. I love him, and he's still with us today. He's 84, 83 years old. And he was my man. And I was a teacher's pet when I was at Crenshaw. I was the band president. I was the drum captain. I made all city band, you know, 3 years in a row, you know. And she said, look, you guys, you know, I want you guys to be my touring band. We're going on tour. I'm like, what? I'm like, what? Man, I just flipped. That was my first professional tour.
me ask you
Okay.
about some of your credits. Neil Diamond, Earl Clue, Anita Baker, Joe Sample, of course, Crazy Town. We're going to talk about Chuck Mangione, the Go-Go's, Beastie Boys, Slash, and so forth. I want to ask you about working with start with Crazy Town.
Wow. Well, you.
How did that come about? Because
You're
that
gonna
was a
start. You're
great
gonna
band.
start with. Wow. Thank you, brother. I mean, you know what you reminded me. Wow, like 3 or 4. Yeah, I don't want to say a month ago, but 3 or 4 weeks ago, you wrote to me. You said, "Damn, I was at your show at the Palace, and I totally, I know I'm getting old. We getting old. I totally forgot that you were there, and I was so glad that you reminded me that. Like, wow, yeah, Crazy Town was, that was, yeah. How that happened was that at the time I was on the 20-year reunion tour with Chuck Mangione. Actually, I was in the 3rd year of that. That was in '99. But I met Epic Mazer. He's one of the 2 rappers, and he was an up and coming producer. He had produced like Madonna and Bev DeVoe. Actually, he was a drummer for Bev DeVoe, and he hooked up with this kid Shifty. And actually, how it's funny, like those 2 hooked up. Hooked up by they got hooked up by Will I Am from the Black Eyed Peas. This is before he got his deal. He hooked those 2 guys up, and I hooked up with Epic, and Epic brought me in because he wanted this other brother DJ drummer, punk drummer, and he didn't want to do it, and he came to my house and played this demo tape for me, and that they did together. And I'm like, when I first heard it, I'm thinking, oh, damn, they trying to sound like the Beastie Boys. But it wasn't. It was something. They had a few songs that were a little different, where they had the guitar. At that time, Limp Bizkit was like the big thing, in the rap rock thing, genre, metal, So they asked me like twice, and I said no. I said no to them, and then because at that time I had to have a steady gig because I was paying child support for my first son. I said, hey, y'all, I got to keep the cash coming in, So, but I finally said yes. So we got together, and it was just me and the one guitar player who has since passed, by the way, rest in peace, Rusty Peak, and the bass player, Doug. So the 3 of us got together, and we learned the songs, just us 3, the music, And then every day, we had 4 weeks to get a show together for the executives for Sony Music. And each day a different member would come in. Shifty actually was in jail. he was in lockdown. He was in jail. He had a boot on his foot, and he came in one day. He would just like freestyle over what we were doing. And then the DJ came in, DJ AM, rest in peace, DJ AM. He was my brother. He came in and he was scratching, and then we had another guitar player. And by the end of the month, we finally got a show together, and we showcased for the Sony Music. They had backed the whole project, and we played one like 10 all our songs off the album for them, and we just knocked them out. And they said, hey, you guys go in the studio and record the album, and that's what we did. We went in and recorded.
Well, I ask it this way. What did you think when you saw that it went platinum?
Well, I'll tell you what freaked me out. I remember, and I think I know you've seen this because I mentioned this in there. I just released an interview with Shifty, him and I together.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, it was
and
great.
I talked. Yeah, thank you. I talked about like, I remember like, we had two singles. Butterfly was our 3rd single off the album, and we released 2 other singles off that album, Toxic, and then we had a song called Dark Side, So we were just rolling along, but we knew we had an ace in the hole, and the record company knew that Butterfly was a hit.
song ain't got no melody. I'm gonna sing it to my friends. I got a song ain't got no melody. I'm gonna sing it to my friends. Gonna go round and circle. Gonna fly like a bird up in the sky. Gonna go round and circle. Gonna fly like a bird up in the sky. I got a story, ain't got no moral. I let the bank out win every once in a while. I got a story, ain't got no moral. I let the bank out win every once in a while. When you go like a circle, I'm gonna fly good up in the sky. When you go like a circle, I'm gonna fly good up in the sky. Oh, I got a dance, ain't got no steps now. I wanna let the music move me around there. I got a dance, ain't got no steps, no. I wanna let the music move me around. When it goes back out, yeah. With the vibe, put up in the sky. Go round and circle, with the vibe, put up in the sky. Make it hustle,
How did the Chuck Mangione gig come about?
Charles Meeks had called me and said, "Look, I got you audition, with Chuck Mangione. Chuck's coming here in January." I'm like, and at that time, that whole year, I was listening to Chuck. So I'll tell you what happened. He auditioned 30 drummers, and I was number 29. I was number 29, and check this out. Number 30, God rest his soul, one of our drum brothers who's no longer with us. Do you remember Carlos Vega?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Carlos Vega, he was number 30, the last drummer. He came after me. When I was walking out of the door, he was walking in. So I thought, I said, I thought that I did okay. I didn't feel it. I didn't get that feeling, I just thought, hey, I just felt like, okay, I did my best, right? Man, like 2 weeks after that, I didn't hear nothing from nobody, right? I get a phone call one evening, and I answer the phone, and it's a voice I never heard before. Like, "Hey, James, Jimmy." I was like, "Who's this?" He said, "Chuck Mangione." I'm like, "Hey, wow." He said, and then the first question he asked me was like, the only question he asked me was, "Do you have a winter coat?" I'm like, "What the fuck is he talking? What is he talking about?" "No, I don't have it." "Well, you better get one because you're going to be playing. You coming to Long Island. You're playing the first show, tour." I'm like, "Oh my God." I said, "Hey, don't worry. I'm coming out to LA. I'll be out next, in another week. I'm going to send you the charts, this week, and then we're going to rehearse for a whole week."
So what did you think when you first saw the chart for "Feel So Good"?
So when I saw the chart, I mean, he's explaining what he wants, and the chart's written out. And like I was telling you yesterday, I mean, the beat, the actual rhythms, the drum beat that I'm playing, the groove that I'm playing is not written. It wasn't written at all. It was that was me, and you can see like when the guitar comes in. I mean, we did the long version, which is Chuck and Grant, like real slow, right? Remember and then there's a part, he holds that note, and 1, 2, yeah. So like, so I mean, you got 8 bars, and you just But I was thinking like when I solo too, I play a lot of clave, like Latin. I always throw Latin in there. So the first fill is pam pa dum, and it was great because I came back later and I overdubbed, you know, timbalitos, timbales and stuff like that. But yeah, when I saw it, like we played it like 3 times. We took three takes on the whole song, you know. But I think it was the second or third take when I walked into the control room. Chuck was dancing. I'm like, what the hell is going on? He said, man, this is it right here. This is the one. This is the one. I'm like, what are you talking about? He said, this is the one. Do not do nothing with this. This is it. Go in there and, you know, overdub this. You know, then he started like making a salad, you know. You know, go put a little spice here, you know. He was so, I never seen it like that's the first time I seen somebody like an artist like him, you know, experience that myself, like the joy and like, wow.
What do you think now when you listen back to that song, Feels So Good?
Well, I think like this, and I didn't tell you yesterday, but I know you answered this question. I mean, you questioned me before on this. You know, there's a lot of information out there now, especially when I moved over to Sweden because the internet just started and it's opened up, and I started finding a lot of my history on there. And then I found out, I read maybe 7 years ago. I don't know what happened, but I wrote something. I found that like Feel So Good is in the top 100 all time instrumental songs in American history.
Let me ask you about endorsements. What drums do you play? What are you using?
So I use the Slingerland kit. I got my Slingerland endorsement. I use that kit for Live at the Hollywood Bowl. That was the kit that I'm playing on the Live at the Hollywood Bowl. And check this out. That performance, the Live at the Hollywood Bowl performance, got me my second endorsement, which is, do you know which one? Zildjian.
We got a thing on the show that we call Word of Advice, where we ask drummers if they would give the up-and-comer drummers, or even the guys who are established that are trying to get some traction in their career, that's trying to get things going on, if you would leave a word of advice for them.
I advise that if you want to be a professional musician, you have to learn your instrument inside and out. Number one. Number two, listen to all styles, all genres of music. Listen to all styles of music, and you still learn how to read. But yeah, that's my main advice.
I know all of the guys here in the States would want me to ask you this question before I let you go here. When you coming to visit us? I almost want to say, when you coming home? When you coming to visit us? All the guys want to get a big hug from you and see you.
I know. You know, I met not you know Tony not Tony T-Bird, but Tony Lewis. You know Tony Lewis from New York, drummer?
No, I don't.
Okay. Man, he came here. Well, I've been hugging the cats when I see them. You know, whenever they with somebody, when they come over here, that's when they get the hug. Michael White and all, you know, Dennis DC.
White, yeah.
My other brother DC. My other brother, whose my birthday is 4 days after, the DC Chambers. You know, I mean, all the cats, man. You know, that's when they get the hugs when they come over here. But no, I mean, God willing, you know, I hope I can come there. You know, I mean, you know, we're in a, you know, the reptiles are trying to take us out, man. But you know, God is the true king. God is the true king. He's the King of kings, Lord and Lord, and God of gods. He get the final say. So, absolutely. I mean, I can't even write like. I mean, I have followers. You know, like on all my you know, media. I mean, you know, I have like on Facebook. You know, and Facebook and Instagram and all this stuff, which, you know, and I can't even write on Facebook. I can't even write like if I was going to come there, you know, like telling people I'm coming like today, it would be sick. I mean, I wouldn't even, you know, so there's a few people. I hope to God it will happen next year. I hope so.
That's cool.
And there's only certain people, there's only like a handful of people that I could even tell that I would be coming, you know. So, I mean, I know I could tell you. I could I could write you in private and tell you, you know.
I tell you what, James, if you tell me, we're gonna give you a party, boy.
You know what?
Every drum in the city.
Oh man, yeah, we could. Yeah, there's a couple of parties we could have.
Let me tell you, thank you so much for being on the Extraordinary Drummer Show, man.
Thank you, brother. I love you, man. God bless you. I love you. Thank you so much.
Boy. You're a bad dude.
I'm gonna be in touch. I'm gonna be now. We're connected. We're connected now. So you know, I mean, you know, we can talk. We can talk every day now. You know, if you got any questions or you want to know anything, you know, I will definitely keep you posted on what I'm doing for sure.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. Yeah,
I appreciate it when you send me some of the concerts. I love seeing them.
There's some new stuff that I'm doing. I mean, I got, you know, 3 or 4 different band projects going on over here. You know that I'm doing a lot of different things. I mean, I'm singing a lot. You know. Too. I'm known as a singer drummer here.
First I saw something on Facebook where you was wearing this red shirt and you had your mic.
That was yesterday. Yeah, that was 4 days ago. But
that was
like a scratch vocal.
Yeah. Hey, would you do this for me? Would you say something in party in Swedish to all the listeners as we wave?
Oh God. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. And I can. Okay. Well. I'll say. Let me think.
Now, James.
Okay. Yeah. I'll tell you what I said afterwards.
I was going to say, don't cuss him out now, James.
Even if I cussed him out, if I said a curse word now, you wouldn't even know it. It might sound like,
you know, I have to go.
It might sound a little funny.
How would you say good? How would you wave goodbye and say
goodbye?
Oh,
when we say bye, when we say goodbye in Swedish, I mean, hey door. You can hey door. It's jag älskar dig. I love you. Jag saknar dig. I miss you. Jag hoppas vi kan träffas snart. Hoppas that we can meet. We can see each other soon. Snart, soon. So
thank you, James.
Good for sickness. That's God bless us. Good for sickness.
Bless you too, my friend. Stay in touch,
all right,
okay?
brother. Yes.
Bye.
Yo.
See you, buddy.
Bye. Okay, brother.